Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Ash Instructs video. Today we're focusing on a little basic beginner practice problem for Python, right? So this is problem J1, boiling water. This is from the 2021 Canadian Computing Competition, also known as the CCC. So let's just get started. If you haven't already, you can pause the video and read this question, and you can come back and we'll get started. All right, welcome back. So let's take a look at the input specification, right? So the input is one line containing an integer b, where b is greater than equal to 80 and b is less than equal to 200. And this represents the temperature in degrees Celsius at which water begins to boil, right? And we can see that you can just take in one line containing an integer, which is specified as b. So we also know that we have two lines of output, right? So the first line must contain an integer, which is atmospheric pressure measured in kPa. So basically what we have to do is we need to substitute b into this formula and then return p. And the second line must contain an integer -1, 0, or 1. And this integer will represent whether you are below sea level, at sea level, or above sea level respectively, right? So -1 would be for below, 0 would be for at, and 1 would be for above sea level. All right, this seems like a pretty easy question. Just before we get started, it is important to note these three lines right here, right? So at sea level, the atmospheric pressure, or I'm just going to say AP, is 100 kPa, and water begins to boil at 100 degrees Celsius, right? So as you go above sea level, the AP decreases and water boils at lower temperatures. And as you go above, atmospheric pressure increases and water boils at higher temperatures, right? So knowing that information, let's get started with our problem. So we know that the first line, we're going to have to take input from the user, right? So what we can do is we know that it's an in, so we can just take the input like so. All right, now we can just substitute B into the atmospheric pressure formula. And we know that it is P is equal to 5 times 5 minus 400, right? So it would be 5 times B minus 400. All right. So if we are below sea level, we need to output -1. If we're at sea level, we need to output 0, or above sea level, we need to do 1. And so we know that if it's at sea level, then AP is 100 kPa, right? So what we can do is we can say if P is equal to 100, we can just print 0, or we can actually print P first, and then we can print 0, right? Because we need to return both, right? And we also know that if P is less than 100, so if you can see right here in one of these test cases, so if we were to type in, B 99 for B, for example, we know that if we substitute into the formula, P will equal 95. And since 95 kPa is less than 100, or which is at sea level, you're above sea level, right? Because as you go, it increases in sea level. So we know that if the pressure is below 100, then we can print P itself, and then we can also print 1. And then obviously by process of elimination, we can just go ahead and print P if it's otherwise, and then print -1, because we know that's the last one left, right? So if we were to go and test this out with the sample input one of like 99, so if we were to go and hit, okay, I have a little error. EOL while scanning string literal. Oh, I just forgot the little quotation at the end here. Okay. So if we were to put in 99, we would get 95 and 1, which is correct. Okay, let's try 102 now. Okay, 102 would give us 110 and -1. All right, awesome. And I think that's all the test cases we have. All right, so yeah, that is problem J1, boiling water. So just to quickly recap our code. So we're taking the input of B, right? And then we're calculating the atmospheric pressure based off the B, and we're just substituting into the formula. And so if B is equal to 100 kPa, right? If it's equal to 100 kPa, then we know that we are at sea level. If we have the atmospheric pressure is less than 100 kPa, then we know that we are above sea level. And else, process of elimination, we know we can just print P, and then we can just print -1, meaning that we are below sea level. All right, that's just a quick and easy question for you guys. If you want, you can practice more with this question, and try and do it by yourself without looking back at this video. And this way, you can really get down how we can solve problems in Python. Problems like in competitions such as the Canadian computing competition. I can't talk today, and it's overall good practice to just practice your coding skills. All right, I will be back with another Ash Instructs video in a little bit. Stay tuned for another video. Comment comment which video you would like to see next. And if you like the video, please like the video as it helps out the channel, and subscribe also. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Later.